So, what is male stewardship? What is that? I'm wondering. So, I'm going to do a dictionary word search for the word stewardship. That was spicy, and there's only one pepper in the whole pot of soup. None of the pages got wet. None of the pages got wet. Okay, here we go. It's on the table too. I was just doing arts and crafts. I was just doing arts and crafts with a 6-year-old. Yes, I was doing arts and crafts, and she was telling me everything to do. She gave me all the instructions. All I had to do was listen and, of course, do what she said. And so yeah, we were doing arts and crafts. My goodness. Oh, there's all these colorful pens and markers that are on my desk. I have to close them because some of them are still. All right. Stewardship. 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 Sorry. Male stewardship. Stewardship. Male stewardship. Okay. International Court of Justice. International Court of Justice. Alrighty. International Court of Justice. The main judicial organ of the UN, organized in 1945 to replace the earlier World Court set up in 1922 by the League of Nations. The court, which consists of 15 judges and sits at The Hague, exists to settle international legal disputes. Any breach of its decisions may be referred to the UN Security Council. What's next? Okay. Roller skating. Roller skating. What says? Roller skating. Let's read it. A skate mounted on small wheels to skate on a pair of these. Okay. Kind of reminds me of the phrase skating on thin ice. You know what I'm saying? Skating on some thin ice here. Globally, skating on thin ice. Okay, this one says green. Thomas Hill Green. Okay, Thomas Hill Green. Of 1836 to 1882, English moral philosopher, a moral philosopher, a neo-Hegelian idealist in revolt against contemporary utilitarian ethics. He stressed the spiritual and religious nature of self-fulfillment and of true citizenship in Prolegomena to Ethics of 1883 and Principles of Political Obligation of 1895. Okay, so we've been at this for a minute now. We've been skating on thin ice for a minute. It's been a moment. It's been a moment. Yeah. It's a long moment. It's a short moment. It's a fleeting moment, a very fleeting moment. And you can either steward that moment. Oh, yeah, I mean, this moment. This moment is the same moment as the moment that was before you were born. It's also the same moment as before. Sorry. It's the same moment as before you were born. It's also the same moment as after you die. You get what I'm saying? It's the same moment. It's a fleeting moment, a very fleeting moment. Sorry, my face is like this. I got hit a lot. I got hit a lot by a person who is not my parent or a family member. I got hit every single day by a complete stranger. Yeah. Because of a lack of stewardship, because of a lack of male stewardship. Yeah. A lesbian hit me every single day. I am not even distantly related to her. Her. Sorry. Okay, now I took my finger off and I forgot. Okay, well this is Tenizing and Pepys. Samuel Pepys. But it also says Tenizing. Okay. It says Pepys. Pepys, like pep, get some pep in your step. Give a crap. And also tenizing. Can I tenize you to have a little bit more pep in your tone? To take some stewardship. Can you do that? Can you do that, please? Please. Alrighty. Peptone. Any of several substances produced by the action of pepsin on proteins, which are soluble and can be absorbed by the bloodstream. To convert into a peptone. So that means neuter of. That's what peptin is. Okay. So it says from Greek peptin, from Greek neuter of peptos, adjective, meaning cooked and digested. And then it says Pepys, Samuel Pepys of 1633 to 1703. English diarist and naval administrator as secretary to the Admiralty of 1673 to 1679 and 1684 to 1689. He expanded and reformed the administration of the English Navy and played an important part in the political life of the Restoration. His diary provides a vivid account of events in the period 1660 to 1669 and is an intimate record of the daily life of the time. He was president of the Royal Society of 1684 to 1686 and wrote memoirs relating to the Royal Navy of 1690. 1690. All right. Let's see what's next. K stewardship. KS stewardship. Okay. Okay. I don't know if I've seen this word before. Yeah, I haven't. This is a rare word. I haven't seen this word before. So it says Binks. Is that how it's pronounced? It's a false appearance, pretense. To make a feint or a feint of working, a mock attack meant to deceive an opponent. About the attack proper. For example, in military strategy or in boxing, a deceptive movement. For example, in fencing, to make a feint. And that is from feint, or I think it's, French. It's a French word, feint. Okay. Yeah, many English words are from French since the Franks invaded Britain, like were at war with the Anglo-Saxons, and then they conquered the Anglo-Saxons, made British, like indigenous British people who were there before, into like the lower class, and then that's where you get the difference between a Germanic word like house versus a French word like mansion. Yeah, because still to this day, probably, and it's not a coincidence because this is still a pattern of socioeconomic disparity. But yeah, the rich people in Britain were actually French conquerors. Did you know that? A British person watching, did you know that? That so much socioeconomic so much socioeconomic inequality worldwide is basically still a continuation of how French armies, like French people, just like totally invaded Britain and then like subjugated both British, like Anglo-Saxons in general, including Irish people. Yeah, it's like embedded in the language, embedded like a virus. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. What does this say? I don't know. It's just a number. 101st. Ah. 101. Stewardship 101. Let's check it out. Okay. Ion. Ion. An atom or group of atoms. Is that you, Adam? I'm not Eve. Which has either an excess or a deficiency of electrons and is thus electrically charged. An ion may be formed in a gas or in a solution and is capable of carrying current through either. Greek ion, present participle of ioni, to go, to to go, to go, take it to go, take it to go. What is stewardship? Polyphase, polyphemus. Polyphemus. A one-eyed giant or cyclops in Homer's Odyssey. A one-eyed giant or cyclops. In Homer's Odyssey, who kept Odysseus and his companions prisoners. He ate two of his prisoners each day until Odysseus made him drunk and blinded him. Felon. I'm not going to read that. The definition of that. Felon. Dada. 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 That's underneath dad. How to be a male steward. Dada, an anti-bourgeois movement in art and literature which spread through Europe after the First World War. It carried rejection of traditional moral and aesthetic values to the point of nihilism and absurdity, but its advocacy of freedom and spontaneity in artistic creation opened the way for new modes of expression. especially for surrealism, originated by Zorro in 1916 at Zurich. It was put forward by Art Breton, Ernst Duchamp, Picabia, writers, and other Dadaism from Dada, child's word for a hobby horse or popular, a boring pet topic. A boring pet topic. A baby is calling me. A literal 6-year-old baby. Below, above that says dad. Below that says dad cap. Below that says daddy. And above that says dactylic. Written in dactyls. Okay, what's dactyl? A metrical foot of one heavy and two light beats. Dactylus means a finger. A finger. Okay, I have to go because a 6-year-old baby is calling me. So I have to go, like, you know, listen to her, give me more instructions about how we're gonna finish our arts and crafts project. But I will read this. Okay. It says underplay and it says underplot. To play a role in an intentionally restrained manner. To give fail to give a role its full dramatic emphasis. To minimize the importance of. To play one's hand or less than its full value. Underplot. A subordinate plot in a story, play, etc.